Member for Barrie-Innisfil.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A few things come to mind as the government once again drops the hammer on closure. Three things in particular. We're starting to see a decline in our democracy and the relevance of these institutions. And I'll take offense to what the Minister of Justice said with respect to debate. It's from debate. It's from these ideas, these diverse ideas that come from right across the country, that we're able to produce good legislation. And the challenge that we have now is that, the government wants an audience, not an opposition. And I'll remind you, Mr. Speaker, that in September 2021, the Liberal government was voted in a minority. And if not for the coalition agreement that they have with the NDP, much of this legislation would be further debated. But instead, the government House Leader doesn't even speak to the leaders of the opposition, doesn't speak to the Bloc, just does an end around to the NDP House Leader and says, look, I want to invoke closure, and this is what we're going to do. And so they're ramming this legislation through. Mr. Speaker, this is Parliament. Parle, talk, debate, ideas, diverse, right across the country, and anything but is happening in this place. And Mr. Speaker, Canadians are taking notice. I get a lot of Eastern Europeans that come to me in my office and they say they saw the same thing happen in their countries, this decline in democracy, this rise of authoritarianism, the government wanting an audience, not an opposition. And Mr. Speaker, Canadians are taking notice. And those people that come into my office say this: don't let what happened in my country happen to Canada, because it is.
The Honourable